Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Dave's Fit Life. This would be episode 17, and it would be day 78. Give or take one a day. I just did the math calculations before I got here. I could be wrong, but it doesn't matter. Whenever you're seeing it is the most important day of the week to see it. So anyway, I've been here in Columbia Presbyterian. First of all, let me just tell you where I'm at. Actually, today is November 20th, I think. It's actually a Tuesday. It's about 11:30, 11:40 in the morning, and I am on the East River. You are looking southbound on the East River, and right behind me, that's the 59th Street Bridge, just to give you non-New Yorkers, or even New Yorkers, a little idea of where I'm at. That's Governor's Island right there, right? That's Governor's Island. And let me head south here, and you can see behind me, there's the FDR. Look at that. That's the FDR. That's traffic. For those of you who are not from New York, that's traffic. That's a lot of people going somewhere, not fast. Anyway, so I wanted to take a little time here during my break, and you'll see some boats passing by and things like that. I'll try to move the camera around. I want to thank everybody, first and foremost, for your support. The way you guys have been subscribing. We're a little bit behind. We're about 13, 14 people behind on the subscribers. But, you know, one a day was a really aggressive goal. And I've been very busy, but a lot of you have been sharing. There goes a barge. A lot of you have been sharing on Facebook, Dave's Fit Life. And I got to tell you, it's very strange I appreciate you all doing it. And then for some reason, nobody ever responds to your shares. I notice because I go back and check. So it's weird that your friends aren't noticing it and checking it out. Or maybe they are, and I don't know. But then again, I sort of suspect a Facebook algorithm conspiracy. Is that possible? I think anything's possible these days. There you go. I'll follow the barge. Why not? That'll be fun. I want to give a quick shout out. So to all of you, thank you very much. I want to give a quick shout out to a man I just spoke to this morning from the Greater New York Chamber of Commerce. He's the social media manager, Agron. I think it's Lukovic, or it could be Lukovic. It doesn't matter, but Agron. Thank you, Agron, for reaching out to me on the Shaper app. SHAPR. I get no financial rewards from that. I just thought I'd mention it, that I've been on this app with other like creative professionals of all sorts, and hasn't exactly been the greatest rewarding experience, but it's nice when people like Agron take the time to reach out and compliment me on my videos and offering some advice and being complimentary to me, suggesting I have some sort of charisma, and my videos are somewhat entertaining and or informative, maybe even compelling, or possibly all three. All right, so it's a beautiful day. It's actually like 45 degrees. Let me give you a quick update because we're already like 3 minutes in, because, you know, I have the gift of babbling on about nothing. And there's more traffic. All right, so what do you want? You want traffic? You want barges and bridges? Or do you want Governor's Island? Or I can give you a New York City street. Wow, is that too fast for you? Look at that. Look at those people sitting in traffic. There's a crossing guard right there somewhere. There's a crossing guard, and people are walking. There's a residential building, and it's a lot of activity here in New York, and I love it. I love being down here. I just wish it wasn't under these circumstances. As you know, that my mom is still recovering from a stroke, and she's doing better every day. It's like one small grain of sand at a time. You've heard me say before, my production company is called .001 Productions. I could have called it, now that I think about it, and I have thought about it, One Grain of Sand at a Time Productions, but that's a pretty long title. But that's what life is, one grain of sand at a time. Whether you're religious, not religious, black or white, left or right, blue or red, it doesn't really matter. Everything in life. And this being Dave's Fit Life, by the way, I've not been sleeping in the Fit because they've spoiled me with a cot, a really nice Coleman cot, which I'll try to, if I haven't already, I'll try to post some more pictures on the Dave's Fit Life, Facebook page. So they've spoiled me with that, and they've also spoiled me by feeding me delicious Columbia Presbyterian food. It's really fantastic. I hope I'm not getting anybody in trouble, but they've been giving me free food, and my father too. Chicken, manicotti, lasagna. I mean, it's not like eating at the Four Seasons, but it's food in a blue tray. You open up the tray, and there's food in there. It's better than airline food, I think. Although I've never eaten first class on an airline, so I really don't have anything to compare it to. Oh, there's some activity. Can you hear that? Sounds like an ambulance from England. Doo, 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 doo. That's a different sound from New York. Most of the time it's like, hey, get the F out of the way. That's how I hear sirens. Hey, get the F out of the way. We're ambulating here. So Mom's doing better, 1 grain of sand at a time, 1 day at a time, 0.001 at a time. Today she actually walked up and down 1 whole flight of stairs or 1 half flight of stairs. Like she didn't go from the first floor to the second floor. She went the first floor to the first and a half floor and back down to the first floor, which was pretty aggressive for her. My mother, being 81, was never the athlete. She was never aggressive. She was never a go-getter. She took care of her family. She cooked, she cleaned, she nurtured, she nursed us. She did all the things that were necessary to survive. This therapy for her is foreign. To exercise, to focus, to do these things that we're asking to do is very difficult. And with her being deaf on top of the stroke and being 81, all these things are making it very difficult for me because, I get a little impatient because I don't know if she's just being stubborn or lazy or tired or everything. It's just really hard to figure out where she is in the day. She's been sleeping well, but it's still a lot of work to get her going during the day, to get her to do physical therapy, speech therapy, and occupational therapy. That's 3 hours a day that I'm there. And also, by the way, I'm interpreting for a lot of it. Today, no interpreters show up, which is either an oversight or maybe the hospital's kind of trying to save some money because interpreting is expensive. So anyway, but that's okay. I'm happy to do that. I'm happy to make eye contact with my mom. It's the most eye contact I've had with her in the 55 years I've been alive, since, back in the day when I was a child. It's the most interpreting I've done. It's the most of everything I've ever done. It's the hardest work I've ever done because it's hard enough just to sit at the kitchen table and tell her how delicious the food is and how I'm feeling. So this is actually very important conversation I'm having. I'm trying to fit that in. So under the thing of Dave's Fit Life, which was sleeping in the Fit, I'm not doing that. The Fit is in Brooklyn. I couldn't find a spot in Manhattan, so I had to park in Brooklyn. To be fit, I haven't been doing any exercise. I've been trying to watch what I eat, but it's hard for me to leave the room because my mother sometimes has these, she wakes up and she has a coughing fit, or she just has some information she needs to get to the nurse and she relies on me. She could just press the button, but I feel like I need to be there to relay that information to the nurses. It's probably a little bit more than I need to be doing. I probably should really just allocate myself a half an hour to an hour of a day to do something for me like this. All right, so I'll try to do that. And then there's, fitting things into my life. So, I went out the first night I was here. I haven't really gone out since then. I need to work on that. I have not been fitting things into my life. I've been sitting on my laptop, not sitting on it, but and deleting like thousands of emails, unsubscribing, and trying to read things. I never had time to read. Just really reading things. And really learning. It's just really hard because at any moment now, I'm doing this old bedside, by the way. So it's really hard to do anything. This is not a vacation. I am on leave from my job. Right now it's an unpaid leave, although there's rumors that I might get paid for this, but I don't know and I don't really care. My concern is getting my mother healthy, getting her to be independent. On that note, any minute now, any day now, we are transferring her to another facility that will also be on the water, but not here. It'll be in Brooklyn. It's called the Menorah, or Menorah. It's a Jewish term. I can't explain what it means, but look it up. Menorah, M-E-N-O-R-A-H. And it's in Manhattan Beach, Brooklyn. It's right on the water, and that will be her sub-acute rehab facility that she'll go to. And I'm going to try to stay with her as long as I can and help her through the way. So for those of you that might be a little bit disappointed that Dave's Fit Life has taken this really boring medical turn, my apologies. I appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate you sharing and reposting. I appreciate you commenting and engaging me here on the YouTube page. It's just that this is the way it is right now. I have to fit this into my life. I had to take a leave. I couldn't just come down here 1 or 2 days a week and do this for my mom. That would be wrong because I couldn't put this on my father. There's no way he can handle this. It's just impossible for him to handle this by himself. He doesn't have the language skills. And that's the way it goes. This is the story of my life. Being a CODA, a child of deaf adults. It's hard. It's hard for all of us who are CODAs. There's so much involved I can't even explain it to you. I really should be journaling this to tell you how hard it is to communicate with my dad. That's the most Harold time I've had in my life. It's not the Harold time I've ever wanted. For 55 years, I've wanted this quantity of time. I wanted a different quality of time. But he's proud of me and happy that I'm here to help him, take care of my mom and help and take care of him too, by the way. I'm still doing things for him. So there you go. Apparently I'm going to be taking a ride in the ambulette and with my mom and headed to this place called the Menorah in Manhattan Beach, Brooklyn. All right, anyway, I think that's everything, folks. If I left on anything, please feel free to engage me here at Dave's Fit Life on the YouTube page. I think I've been very good about responding to everybody. I want to thank Agron again. Thank you. I want to thank Linda, of course, and everybody for reaching out and being wonderful friends and or acquaintances and colleagues and all that good stuff. Whoever you are and wherever you are. And you guys have been all over the world, all over the United States. By the way, that bridge, the 59th Street Bridge, you remember, feeling groovy, kicking, I don't know. That's from an Art Garfunkel song, a Simon and Garfunkel song. That's the 59th Street Bridge, which also has been renamed the Ed Koch Bridge, which is a former mayor of New York. So thank you, everybody. I really appreciate it. Sorry for the long video. I always intended these videos to be 5 minutes, but it's the only free time we have together. So I figured I'll use this time. And that's it. All right, I'll try to do another video soon. I'm sure I'll do 1 or 2 from the Menorah nursing home, the rehab center, if in fact we actually do get transferred there. I'm still waiting for the other shoe to drop where they go, nope, been a mistake, you're not going there either. So my father and I picked 3 places. 1, 2, 3. We picked 3 places. We shopped for 3 places. We liked this one a lot. There was another one that we didn't like at all, and we actually picked another one that was closer to my father's house. I didn't realize how old he was. I mean, I knew he was 80. I just didn't realize how old of an 80 he was. He's an old 80. I mean, he's better than most, but he has a hard time walking long distances. I never noticed how much he kind of like on a sidewalk serpentines when he should be walking straight. So, and it's a wake-up call to me, and I hope I can pass on this wake-up call to you. If you're not taking care of yourself, please take care of yourself. Walk, do something, engage your brain, get those neurons to work, get those fibers to reach out and do something with your life. Because if you don't, you know, when it's over, it's over. It's pretty sad to see. And I'm on a hospital floor where I'm seeing other people who are also not the best of health. And it's interesting when you look at these people and go, wow, how much better off would they have been had they just done a couple of push-ups a day for the last 30, 40 years. Think about that. 10 push-ups a day for the last 34 years. 10 knee bends, 10 deep breaths, 10 less cigarettes, one more book a year that you read, whatever. It's interesting when you think about your brain and the neurons and spreading out and growing and getting stronger instead of getting weaker. All that, all the things that we could do for ourselves, eliminating processed food and salt and sugar, and meditating and sleeping better and engaging with people who are of like mind, positive people, supportive people. It's interesting how this all somehow comes into play in your life, and as you get older, you kind of look back and go, oh yeah, what have I been doing with my life? Are these the people I really want to be with? All right. Anyway, 13 minutes long. Well, that's a question I ask myself. You have your own questions to ask. Thank you again, Agron. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, everybody who, and if I forgot your name, please don't be offended. I really appreciate you all watching and sharing and subscribing. Anything you do, folks, on Facebook or Twitter, you can tweet me, by the way. I don't have a Fit Life thing, but you can tweet me at Dave Canyon or at Dumb with Dave. And what else is there? That's it. Please help me grow the subscriber base. I appreciate it. I could use the subscribers. We're about, let's say, 14 behind right now. And I hope you enjoy it. Sorry for the long one. Wow, 14 minutes. We're going to say goodbye. Goodbye, everybody, from the East River here. Oh, here, I'll give you a little ambulance shot. I think this is the guy coming back. Is this only exciting to me? It's probably only exciting to me. He's not going fast. Where does he want to go? This is probably, go. You got the lights on, go, floor it. All right, anyway. All right, folks. Dave Canyon, right outside the, what did that say? Hospital for Special Surgery. It's backwards here. Anyway, bye, everybody. Have a good day. I'll be in touch. Take care.